Okay, hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a video on how to pack your haversack. I've gotten a lot of requests and also compliments on my haversack, the way I pack it. I just want to quickly get the field manual. One second. Oh, oops. I gotta step over the camera, it's like in the way of my walking space. Okay, one second. So, I don't do this exactly to their haversack specifications, what should be in there, being the fact that what they do ask to put in there is a lot. So, for instance, the bedroll and tent half and pegs and pole roll, I simplified that a bit. I only keep the tent pegs, which I don't have yet, they're coming in the mail. The pole, or the poles, and the shelter half. My blanket is a piece of, it's rolled, but it's separate and it's on its own in a, what do you call it? In its own string, wrap. It's strung up. And then here, you could see that the way they pack it is that it's put in between the straps, and then this is flopped over. But when you get it, it'll kind of raise it. This part, the meat can pouch, will be about here. You'll have a little bit hanging down, and it doesn't look a lot like what you want it to. And the way it'll come out is like that. But the way I do it, obviously, looks like that. So, I wouldn't call this a reenactor's specific, like, oh, let's make it easy on the reenactors. But, so, I don't carry any sort of shirts or overcoats. I don't carry a rain poncho, because I used to, but now I carry it in the gas mask bag, which they would do, to save, put stuff somewhere. But, I don't really go, with the shirts and stuff. So, again, so as I go through it, you'll understand better. So, yeah. Oh, and here also, again, there's another picture. Again, this is an original 1941 field manual. Okay, so this is the haversack completely undone, with all the contents that I keep in it out. This is only what I keep in there. Now, you could have a rain poncho or coat in there. So, what the field manual, or by regulations, or what you would have carried, is obviously shelter half, rain poncho or coat, and your rations, the mess kit and the meat can pouch, a shovel, tent pegs, tent poles, tent rope, personal items in an HBT or any other sort of bag, and that was about it for what they actually carried in these things, because that's all they're good for. The system was created in 1910, but before 1910, it was, thought up, and then in 1910 it was patented, put into the U.S. Army, and ever since then, soldiers have been complaining that this system sucks absolute nutsack. So, yeah, so pretty much, it folds out into two sides, and then a top and a bottom that roll over each other. So I carry rations and then the mess kit. I'm going to show you how everything goes back together in a minute. So in that little green bag, I carry a sewing kit. This is pretty much exactly what they would have carried. But the main things are toiletries, like shaving cream, toothpaste, foot powder, a mirror, razors, matches, a spare set of laces, definitely a spare set of laces, and definitely a sewing kit that would have been issued, a toothbrush, some friction tape for anything, and some those little waterproof match holders, and your soap. So I will show you how everything goes together in the next part of the video. Okay, so we're going to take our little green bag, open it up, and now first you're going to want to put in this because it's going to give it a form, kind of. So you're going to stick that kind of towards the corner here. Next would be your soap. You can put that on the other side, and it'll almost fit this whole length of the bag. So now you have that part down. Next, you're going to stack on top of it your shaving kit. Put it on top of whichever one, as long as you're getting that top, kind of. Next would be your shaving cream, and then, you know, you want to kind of keep it at a ball, all at the bottom. That's really the goal here. But also, you're equaling out how much is put in each spot. And you want to kind of, you know, match it so that when it's, I'll show you when it's all done, it'll kind of look almost like a little mini box. And then it'll fit all nice, and it'll be a little pouch. Here. I'm going to fold it over, pull it a little bit, and then tuck it under, and that'll be your little personal items wrap, which will then go on your equipment, or in the pouch, in the haversack, I'm sorry. Alright guys, so what you're going to want to do first, now that you have all your personal items wrapped up, or effects wrapped up, you're going to want to next take your shelter half and just fold it. Here, I'll show you the way I fold it. I fold all corners inwards. Here, give you a better understanding. You fold all corners inwards, and pretty much when it becomes a square after folding all the corners into each other, it should then just be folded simply into four separate, into as many squares as possible until it fits about the length of the haversack. And you might get this, might have this happen if you fold it a little funky. I just refold it really quick. Yeah, there you go. So it should be about the length, the width of the little spot in the middle. So it gives it a nice fit. And let it go up a little bit, because this is good for when you have your bayonet. When you pull this over, it's going to give it a little tab for your bayonet, so that when you attach it, it's not just going to, you know, sit there and not, you're not going to be able to use it if it's a little messed up. So next, just simply take your personal items roll, make sure that that is secured on the inside here, right here, and then take the wrap and just put the rations in front of it up until you hit the edge of the top. You might have to slide this down a little bit, but they'll all fit, don't worry. And then just put this up for now, and just leave it like that. Now, you're probably wondering, where the hell am I going to put the tent poles? Just place them on the side, right here. And then just, when you go to wrap it around, it'll kind of create a little pouch, and it'll hold them on the side. And then put your tent rope on the side as well here. And then what you're going to want to do is just simply lace up the strap. Actually, go from the top. Sorry if this takes a little bit. And then, eventually, when you get down to here, is when you're going to want to, you know. But first, you want to pull this flap over. I know you can't really pull it much when you have it like this, but if you just do this, alright, 1 second. Okay, so with a little bit of adjusting, I finally got this damn thing. Okay, so you're going to slide this last one under here, and then pull it over. This one you can pull as much as you want, but you're not going to get much out of it, but it'll show a little bit of the bottom, which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, you don't want this completely over everything. So, last but not least, you're going to put this strap over, pull it, tuck it back under one of the straps. Any of them will do. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Pull it under, and it won't flop around. Now, just insert the meat can back facing this way. So when you slide it in, it's just flat. There's no indent in the middle. Okay, so pull this a little closer, and then insert. Mostly spoons were really carried. Knives, maybe, but there are 3 slots. If you did not know that, that's where they go. So after that, you're going to want to attach your shovel. Now, oopsies. There's the camera. Okay, so I'm going to slide that into the cover. And then wrap this around whatever yours can go. I mean, if yours can go twice around, that's great, but mine goes once around and through the latch or slip thing, and you got it. And then just button up your top, your meat can pouch, and that's it. There's your haversack. Now, some of you are wondering, oh, well, this flaps up and down when I run. No problem. Undo here, the bottom one that we did last time. The last third horizontal strap. Not the vertical one going up here, the horizontal one, the last one, the third one. Take it, wrap it around the shovel, go back under, and then bring this flap towards you, and then, you know, put it through, and pull it tight as possible. Just let go. Do not use a pair of pliers if you can't do something. Just if you're not strong enough to pull it tight enough, it's fine. This isn't like incredibly flopping around. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so this will not move. It does, you know, traverse though a little bit, side to side. That's not because it's loose. There's no like hinge or anything up here. It's just loose a little bit. So it'll be relatively flat. I mean, it is about the size of my palm, thick, not completely, half the thickness of my palm, almost, maybe a little bit. It's about that thick. So it'll be nice and flat on your back though, so that you won't have any things bulging into your back or your sides. And relatively, it's light. It's not crazy heavy. I mean, I don't think a whole lot of the stuff is crazy heavy, but again, this is only packing the rations, personal items, meat can, shovel, shelter half, rope, and poles and pegs. The pegs, if you're wondering, because I don't have them, the ones I used to have that weren't really authentic, I slipped in here, and along with the edges here, this little crevices on the sides of the rations, you could stick them there. There is a bulge in mine because I did something right there. It isn't that big of a deal, but other than that, that's pretty much how to pack your haversack as authentically as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I got most of the stuff that's in the requirements and stuff like that, but so I might do one for the Marine Corps one and one for the Airborne one that I do. So comment, rate, subscribe. If you want to see that, let me know. Bye.